Hey Leo, welcome to your love and romance reading for June 2022. This is for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. We're going to connect here and see what messages are coming up for you all for the month of June. Now, you might stumble upon this video a week from now. Well, it'll still be June. You might stumble upon this video 6 months from now, a year from now. You're going to find it whenever you're meant to hear the messages that are in it. Keep in mind it is a general reading. Not every single message is going to resonate. Take what does, leave what doesn't. And as always, you may need a private reading. So we're going to connect here, my darlings, and see what's coming up for the Leo collective here. Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the area of love and romance. All right, I'm going to move you all just a little bit closer. And the first card coming up here is the Ace of Pentacles. This is beautiful. Okay. Now, the Ace of Pentacles, traditionally speaking, is new energy coming in. So sometimes the Ace of Pentacles can come up to give us a confirmation that our love partner, the person that we're going to be happy with, the soulmate that we're going to end up with, is a new person versus an old acquaintance or an ex or somebody from the past. Sometimes, however, because of the meaning that the Ace of Pentacles comes up for me in my readings, it can sometimes indicate, well, let me see. How can I say this in a less confusing way? For me in my readings, Ace of Pentacles comes up a lot when the person I'm reading for is breaking out of generational curses, long time blockages, like you've been stuck in a certain area for a long time and you just couldn't break out of it. The Ace of Pentacles comes up and you're breaking out of all of that. The generational curses, the inherited lower vibrational energies, the blocks, the negative cycles or learned behaviors, breaking out of all of that. Okay? It's like coming into new energy. It's an energetic upgrade. Sometimes some of us are lucky and we can have a partner or we can be dealing with someone who wakes up when we're waking up, and we can go on this journey together, and we can wake up and we can evolve together. However, a lot of the times the Ace of Pentacles can come in to tell us that your person is a new person coming in because you're upgrading right now. Energetically, you're upgrading. You're going through a spiritual evolution. You're restructuring your spiritual DNA. The same way that you inherited the color of your eyes, your hair type, your height, your build, all of these things you inherited in your DNA, there's spiritual energy in our DNA. You're restructuring, you're reforming, you're evolving your spiritual DNA. So you're coming into a higher frequency, you're coming into a higher vibrational soul family, and you're upgrading your life. Okay, so for a lot of you, it's going to be a new person coming in because you're coming into a whole new level. And the people from the past are like, they're fallen by the wayside. Now, some of you might say, well, I am at this. I don't agree with you. This isn't my reading because I'm very happy in my relationship and I'm not going anywhere and they're not going anywhere. And we've been together 35 years, and that could be the case for some of you. And this could be that the two of you together are evolving or coming into a higher frequency or a higher level, or working together and bringing prosperity into the relationship. But a lot of the times it can be saying that you're coming into an upgrade. So the people that are coming in for you, the options that are coming in for you are a lot higher tier than the options you had in the past, or the people you were dealing with in the past. There's a sense here of like upgrading. There's a sense here of evolving. Because there's this dynamic of this spiritual evolution, one thing I want to say, sometimes this release can be very physical. We may have tummy troubles. We may be running to the bathroom quite frequently. We can have like cold or flu symptoms. We might be very tired, very sleepy. We may just need to take a lot of naps and rest as we're evolving, as we're shifting. So just be gentle with your body. When we're going through this kind of a shift, it's not a good idea to push ourselves too hard physically. So just be gentle with yourself and keep that in mind, those of you who are experiencing this transition or this energetic upgrade right now, right? A lot of people are talking about shifting into 5D or, awakening or ascension or, however you want to word it, whatever terminology you want to use. There could be this shift for a lot of people right now. The next card that's coming up here for Leo is the Eight of Swords. Okay. So, I got a really, really interesting message here. And if you're a cross watcher, I don't want you to freak out, because just because you might be dealing with a Leo and you're cross watching, it doesn't mean this is your situation with your Leo. Just like you might hear readings for your sign that don't resonate with you, your Leo could listen to this reading and be like, this lady's way off. This isn't my reading. So if you're a cross watcher, please don't panic what I'm about to say. For some of you, this is not for all of you. For some of you Leos, I feel here with this Eight of Swords coming next to the Ace of Pentacles, you might feel like you're stepping up. You might feel like you're coming up, and you might feel like you're dealing with someone who is in this victim mentality or victim mindset. Like they just kind of want to stay where they are, and you might feel like they're making excuses, or you might feel like you're always trying to cheer them up and get them out there and get them motivated. And so for some of you, you're like, look, I'm in the Ace of Pentacles right now, you're in the Eight of Swords, I'm waiting, I'm trying, but this is really starting to kill my vibe. This is really starting to decrease my flow here. And I can't keep doing this. I can't keep doing this. And so some of you may be feeling like you're outgrowing a relationship or you're outgrowing a person because you feel like this person is behaving as though they are absolutely positively defenseless or helpless, or like, and you're just like, I can't do it anymore. Again, this is not for all of you Leos, but I do get that dynamic here with these two cards together for some of you. Some of you may be going back and forth in the negative ego, like you're feeling confident, you're feeling like you're going to go out there, you're going to make all this progress. Then the negative ego comes in and is discouraging and brings you down, and you might feel scared, or you might feel scared to put yourself out there. But those of you who are single especially, I feel putting yourself out there is going to lead to a lot of positive change. New soul family, new, more beneficial, abundant networks, and higher vibrational soulmates. Okay, some of you, this is the struggle with the negative ego. The next card that's coming up here for you all Leos is the Two of Cups. And the Two of Cups is true love. The Two of Cups is soulmate energy. The Two of Cups is equally aligned, right? Ace of Pentacles and the Eight of Swords are very mismatched energies. They don't pair well together. They are exact opposites. And sometimes opposites can work. It depends on the type of opposites. But Ace of Pentacles and Eight of Swords are not the kind of opposites that complement each other. And so here with the Two of Cups, we have here the energy of this new energy. We have this like soulmate love, soulmate connection. This is giver meets giver. People who are equally invested, people who are showing up for each other. There's a true love vibe when it comes to the Two of Cups. it's really unfortunate, but you guys, I'm sure Leos know, right? I'm a Scorpio, so I can relate in a different way, in a different dynamic. But Leos, you guys love very hard and you give a lot. You guys are very generous when it comes to somebody that you love. And it's really unfortunate, but when we're like a super generous person, or we're a super, loyal, or like ride or die kind of person, unfortunately, we end up attracting people who like to take. And I'm sure you Leos know what that's like, because you guys are so generous, you're so giving, and you may attract people who just want to take, 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 take. Two of Cups is telling us this is someone who's coming in and like they're ready to give, right? It's a two-way street. It's not just you giving and them taking. This is someone who's showing up and they're saying, what can I do for Leo today? How can I help Leo today? This is someone who is invested. This is someone who's a giver. Now, this isn't typically something I get from the Two of Cups, but I do feel, Leo, that a lot of you, this is a person who has really powerful healing gifts and healing abilities. And so I feel this is a healer, and this is somebody who is like their energy feels really good to be with them. I feel there's like something in this person's touch. Like they could just touch you with their fingertips on your shoulder, or like on your back, or your scalp or something, and it's just like magic. It's just like electricity, right? Like that's just the simplest thing. Even if they're not touching you in an erotic way, you might feel like this electricity. You might feel this very powerful energy in their touch. Okay. Again, this is a general reading. It might not be for all of you, but I'm getting like healer vibes. I'm getting like healer hands. As I'm talking, my hands are getting really hot. They're really warming up. So I do feel for a lot of you, this is someone who, and they might not be working as a healer, right? They might not be like a Reiki master or a quantum touch, practitioner. They could just be an everyday Joe, or Julia, everyday Joe, everyday Julia, or Joanna. And they might not be somebody who is like on a overly spiritual path, but I feel this person has a lot of healing, a lot of loving, a lot of gentle energy. I also feel there's something about this person's voice that's just very soothing, very comforting, very reassuring. Like you're like, don't just keep talking and just let me fall asleep to the sound of your voice. Like I just feel like this is a very loving, soothing, comforting, healing person. And some of you are like, it's about time, right? I could really use that. Um, some of you, I even feel like this sounds really interesting. And again, this is not going to be for all of you, but I feel some of you might have like really bad back issues, or you might have issues with your back. And it just being around this person is like you don't even feel it, you don't even notice it. And there are different reasons why we can have back issues. Obviously, there could be physical things that happen to us, or physical injuries that happen to us that can cause back pain. But sometimes we might have back pain and we don't know where it came from. And there could be a lot of emotional things or metaphysical things that are causing us to have pain in our back. But being around this person's very much a healer. It's like all of this stuff is clearing. Like you don't even notice that back pain. I'm getting neck pain, back pain, shoulder like stiffness. Like this might be things that some of you are like, wow, even that is improving, or that's going away. So very much so healer vibes here. The next card that's coming up here for you all is the Seven of Wands. Now this also came up for Capricorn, and so some of you could be dealing with a Capricorn simply because this came up. If you have a Capricorn placement, I would highly suggest that you watch the Capricorn reading, because this card came up for them, and so there could be some important messages in there for you. But the Seven of Wands for me is a card that comes up to say there's no need here to be extra, right? You might be like, well, things are going good here and I want them to keep going good. And so we might try to, turn up the charm, or we might try to, reassure success of the situation. And we might like try to come up with these ideas of like how we're going to make it better or how we're going to do more. And the Seven of Wands just says, look, just stay on the path. You've got the right idea. There's no need to change things up. There's no need to be extra. Just let things happen as they're happening. Some of you are leaving a relationship and it's difficult for you. It's hard. Those of you where you're like, oh yeah, I'm definitely dealing with an Eight of Swords, you're deciding to leave and you're manifesting this Two of Cups energy. It may be difficult for you. You may feel a little bit bad about it. This person might be very persistent. This person might really like try to convince you or beg you to stay. But those of you who are in this dynamic, I feel like you're already in this place where you're like, look, if I don't leave, you're going to take me down with you. So I feel like you're leaving out of a self-preservation. And it's giving me the imagery, or it's giving me the idea, or it's reminding me of, I should say, it's reminding me of the scene in the Never-Ending Story. Those of you who are younger, you may have never heard of this movie. I'm dating myself here, but there was a children's movie in the 80s called The Never-Ending Story. And Atreyu, the warrior child, is moving through the swamp of sadness with his horse, which I believe his horse's name was Artax. And the whole thing about going through the swamp of sadness is you have to have mastery over your mind. If you let the sadness of the swamp take over you, you sink and you perish, right? And so the horse starts really getting pulled down into the sadness, and the horse starts giving up. And he's trying to pull the horse, and he's like, you can't, you got to keep moving. You can't let the sadness get to you. You can't let the swamp get to you. And he's trying to cheer up his horse, and he's trying to, get him through that murky, sinking mud. And he finally gets to the point where he's like, his horse is just done. His horse just gives up, and he's, if he doesn't let go of the horse, he's gonna get pulled down under, he's gonna drown in the mud. And that's like the vibe I'm getting here. Like, you don't want to leave, and you may have love for this person, and you may feel very sad for this person, but you're in the energy where you're just like, if I don't let go, I'm gonna drown in the swamp, I'm gonna drown in the mud. And so for some of you, this person's making it very difficult to walk away. And so the Seven of Wands says, this, just all you have to do is stand your ground. This isn't something that you're going to be able to reason. This isn't going to be something you're going to be able to convince them. You've already been round and round about this, right? Either they have to start doing their healing work and facing their demons, or they have to just, accept that they have to let you go, right? But even then, they've got to do the work if you're going to be connected with them. So all you need to do with the Seven of Wands is stand your ground. You don't need to convince. There's really nothing to talk about at this point. It's just action, right? So if you are a cross watcher watching and you feel very worried, or you're like, you know what, that does resonate. I know Amethyst said this might not be about my Leo, but that really resonates. Then I encourage you, if you really do love this person, if you don't want to do the healing for yourself, know and understand that you suffering is causing Leo to suffer very deeply. And Leo is in a point where like they just can't keep doing this. So if you don't want to do it for yourself, I don't know, maybe you can just do it for the sake of not wanting to see somebody else suffer, until you can start doing it for yourself, until you get to the point where you're like, okay, no, I care and I want this for me. Okay. You may want to check out your moon sign, rising sign, Venus sign, some weeks or some months that might resonate more for you than your sun sign. If this is your sun sign, you may need a private reading, which I'm more than happy to do for you. If you click on the link in the description of this video, it will take you to calendly.com/amethystangelite, and you can schedule a private reading with me there. Weekly forecasts are linked in the description of the reading. And don't forget, every single day on this channel, I do a daily message, a daily card as well. Be sure to check those out. I thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. I hope you all have a fabulous month ahead and hope to see you in the weekly and daily messages as well. Take care and be well.